Hello! I'm Kayla. I'm an artist. I run the online art shop Uncommon Canvas Co. and I am working on my first ever collection for the shop. I need to make 3 to 5 watercolor pieces. I finished one in the last video and it's really beautiful, so I'm super inspired to make the next one. And I need to do it quickly because I want to do a giveaway of these pieces coming Black Friday, and I'm filming towards the end of October. My timeline is even more scrunched right now because, as you can see with all the boxes behind me, I am in the middle of a very sudden and unexpected move. So although I just finished an artwork yesterday, we are jumping into a new one today. I've got my tea to keep me energized, so let's go.
Before we get too deep into it, I would like to point out that you should subscribe. This channel is new and I could use your help. The algorithm will send the video to more people if you indicate that you enjoyed it, and you can do so by leaving a like, subscribing, or commenting to let me know what you liked about it.
So the collection that I'm working on for my Black Friday giveaway is themed after the word obstructed. I typically paint portraits of women and I paint them to be as beautiful as possible. So for this collection, I want to continue to do that, but I want to play with the idea of obstructing the parts of what makes those women beautiful with something else beautiful and kind of changing up how we see beauty as we view the pieces. It's a bit hippy-dippy ooh-woo, like artist statement of me, but I just really like the idea of obstructing the eyes, which are often the gateway to the soul and the part that someone viewing a piece connects with the most, of obstructing the mouth, which is how we communicate with each other, of obstructing the hands, which really limits one's ability to do things, but obstructing them with things that are conventionally seen as attractive and gorgeous. I don't know. It is hippy-dippy ooh-woo, but I find it interesting. So we already did one piece last week where we obstructed the eyes. You'll have to watch my last video to see that one. And this week I want to try obstructing the hair, a common part of femininity. So this morning I pulled together some reference images of some different ways that I want to paint this one compared to the original. They'll still be similar, but not quite exactly the same. I still want to explore as I go, and the different ways that I want to display my woman or my subject in this piece. So this piece here is something that I want to experiment with. I put it in black and white here, and you can see that actually the dark parts of her skin are represented by the pink, and the light parts are the blue, which is pretty much the opposite of what I did last time. So I would need to see if I have a blue that is lighter than the pink I'm working with and see if I can play with that, but I don't want to risk anything. This is another thing that I don't know if I'm going to do, but I really like the idea of just having a trace that doesn't really fit in with the style of the rest of the piece. This piece I have forever loved and forever wanted to do something with a little bit of inspiration from it. So I think this is going to kind of play into the concept of how I obstruct her hair, which is by turning it into a floral pattern instead of what hair actually looks like. And then I have 2 photography references of how I want to display the pose and my woman and kind of build out what her face looks like. So she'll be a mesh of these 2 people. So what I've got here is the paper that I just cut out. It is cut to the same scale as the watercolor paper that the final piece is going to be on. And on it, I'm going to do my initial sketch. I tend to do my sketches on a paper different than the watercolor paper because if you sketch directly on watercolor paper, having to erase really pulls up some of the grit of the paper, and the more that you damage the paper, the less layers of paint that it can afford to take. So I've got to do all of my test sketching on this sheet of paper and then transfer it over to the watercolor paper once I'm sure everything is right. Happy to have made some progress on that, but it's 9 p.m. My wrist kind of hurts, honestly. I still have a little bit left to finish, but I'm tired, if I'm real with you. So I kind of feel like just sitting down and chilling out for the rest of the evening. Hello. So, this clip was supposed to happen the next day. Life occurred, and it is now many days later. And I'm actually in a new location. I have moved. I had my 26th birthday. Some things have happened. But, right here is where I stored my sketch so I wouldn't lose it. So I need to finish putting the poppies pattern in her hair on this side, and then I need to transfer that to watercolor paper. But once I'm done doing those things, I will be able to finally start painting.
But that was not that. That's just not where. I don't see myself going back to this. There's not enough focus on that.
Hello, I have new hair. I think this is the second time my hair has changed during the filming of this video. The truth is that it's been quite a while. For starters, I had to decide in the interest of time that Uncommon Campus Code's Black Friday giveaway will still happen, but it's not going to happen with the new collection because I haven't finished the new collection and I'm not going to finish it. So it's just going to happen with some of my best sellers that will be a part of the giveaway. Next, I've just been working a lot on the giveaway and on Black Friday, and it's taken my time away from painting. Ignore the green screen, I'm not going to put myself anywhere. But another thing is just that this painting takes a lot of time, and it's just like, I enjoy it once I get started, but it's kind of like the gym where getting started feels like a bit of a hassle. Just because it's so much easier to open up YouTube Shorts and scroll for 3 hours than it is to set up a painting station and paint for 3 hours. So I'm finished with my work day. It is 5:25. What I'm gonna do is make myself a cookie. That's my reward for working because I really didn't want to work. I work from home and I was really just gonna be like, guys, can't, and log off. But I worked. So I'm gonna give myself my cookie as my reward, and then I'm going to paint. And this is going to be like the first strokes of paint on this painting, which I find are often the most impactful for watercolor. So I'm like kind of excited for it. I still don't have any, I forget what it's called, fluid. It's like the thing you put over a watercolor painting to like make sure that part of the painting doesn't get paint on it. I still don't have that. So we're just going to have to paint carefully, girl. But we can do it. We can do it. So let me go get my cookie and then we'll get started. Alright, so I'm not at my house. I'm at my friend's house for Thanksgiving weekend. My family lives in another state, so my friend is spending some time with me, keeping me company, so I'm staying with their house for Thanksgiving weekend. I'm set up at my friend's wobbly kitchen table with this chair that has maximum squeak, and we are going to paint. So I figured I would take you guys on an educational journey through my painting process because I've said it before that my first layer of paint is kind of the most important and most pivotal for me. So why not show you how I do that? So I've already done my first layer, which is just water. I do that to let the paint buckle and get it to a place where it doesn't, like it won't buckle again later. Old palette just on a mouthpiece that I'm continuing to use. And my brushes are in a branded tote bag. Not a tote bag, a zipper pouch. If you guys want zipper pouches, let me know. I'm considering drop shipped items in the shop. Not really sure. If you didn't see the first collection piece, I am basing it off of two main colors. So they're both by Daler Rowney. I've never used this brand, but I quite like it. I'm using their Corellium Deep Hue Blue and their Kinkadarin Magenta. And although for this one I did use a different image for part of the face, most of the face and the body is represented in this image. So if you look at this image, You can see that the side of her face is going to be the dark side. There's mostly light on this side, and then it gets darker under her arm. The main highlights are going to be the tops of the arms and the top of the cheek. I'm just going to have my reference image open off camera, and I'm thinking I'd go in with a larger watercolor brush. Alright, so when you first start like this, it kind of looks like a whole lot of nothing. Like, this is not giving face. But the more shadows you add, the more you build, the better it'll get. And one of my principles when painting is that I always try to remember it's going to get worse before it gets better. My painting is going to have a period where it is ugly. That is just simply inevitable. And I think by just accepting that as part of my process, I make this stage and also the middle stage a lot better. Okay, I've got the first layer of the face down, and it's still not quite a face, but I think you can see the structure. I'm going to continue on with the other body parts. You can't really see it, my pencil sketch is too light, but there's like an arm here, a big hand, another arm, like we have more body. So I'm going to continue on with the body. What you're seeing here is a tripod leg. I try and display the camera so you don't see my tripod legs, but sometimes I can't help it. Let me know if this bothers you guys, because what I could do is angle the camera like at an angle, but then it would be at like, oh my god, let me just do it. Like I could do it like this, but then it's not straight on. Do you get what I'm saying? So let me know if you prefer maybe seeing a tripod leg or two, or if you prefer the kind of angled look. I'm kind of thinking I could do like genuinely the same blue on her shirt. Just incorporate a lot of pink into the skin so that the shirt stands out. Not sure yet, still pondering, but I've done my first layer of this blue. So far I'm enjoying it. Looks pretty good, but the thing about watercolor is you have to wait for one layer to dry before you can do the next layer. So this is part of why paintings tend to take me a while is, you know, it takes maybe 6 hours for a layer to dry, but I'll wait 6 days before I paint again. But I am gonna paint again tomorrow. I am going to paint again tomorrow. So we're gonna pause for today and I will be back soon. Like actually soon this time, okay? Hold me to it. Hold me to it. Hello. As promised, it is the next day and I'm back. My hair is just twisted up. Just a little twist. Still the same hairstyle. It's the next day. See, same nails. Same nails. I'm back. I'm really tired, if I'm honest with you. I ate a big dinner and it's got me sleepy, but we're gonna paint. So let me get some water, both for drinking and for the painting, and then we're gonna dive right in. I'm thinking I wanna just go ahead and start putting in my pinks. I could keep going with blue and like deep, I might deepen the blue. I might deepen the blue, I might start with pink. We'll see what happens when I pick up the paintbrush. Part of me feels like I should deepen the blue because if I deepen the blue, then like I can just get a really good base, essentially. Because the blue is the basis of all of my shadows, which is the readability of the painting. So getting that right is important. I don't want it to end up as a monochromatic blue painting with some touches of pink. I want it to truly be blue and pink. So it might be better to integrate them early on. I think I'm gonna deepen up the blue, and that's what my spirit says to do. Oh my god. So I'm actually gonna start out with a different blue than our main blue. I'm gonna go in with Prussian blue, which is a bit darker, a bit greener, just barely, and like just a richer hue. And I'm gonna use that to deepen up the blue so that we get some variety in our tones. I'm just doing that on the dark side. And I'm like really going in with those darkest darks like that. The eyebrows, the eyelid, the pupil, the very, very deepest shadows. Like I really want to get my darkest darks in. I think I still have a lot of depth and a lot of darkness to add, but I'd like to call this a good starting point. And then on the other side, I'm going to go in with our original blue and just deepen it up further. So that's the face. I'm going to carry this throughout the rest of the painting, and then it'll be time to start with the pink. I've been thinking. I've been working on this painting and therefore this video for weeks. I'm not going to finish this painting in this video. Like, let's just call it what it is. I'm not going to finish this painting in this video, but I think I can get the pink in on the skin and just really start to get it going in a good direction, and we will continue in the next video. So I've literally just painted the left side, but do you see already how just that little bit of pink there adds so much contrast and like visual interest? Honestly, I'm thinking of adding yellow. It's giving yellow, and I know that I like just said that I was going to stick to just the pink with the Pinkador and Rose, but I feel like yellow would be fun. I'm not sure about this, but I think it'll hit. Oh yeah. It's hitting. So I've said to myself so many times that I cannot, like, I've struggled to paint faces and skin with unnatural colors, particularly the skin of non-white people with unnatural colors. I've struggled. And like, here I am now, just like, you know what, I think I'm gonna throw in a little yellow. Let's try a little purple, like, why not? And it's working. Like, this is me literally mastering a skill I never had in real time. And honestly, it kind of slays. Like, it really, it gives. It's kind of pop art-y, not really. It kind of looks like album art. Like, I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling about this, other than to say that I really like it. And I'm excited to keep on in this direction. My channel is new, so if you enjoyed this video, you're gonna go ahead and press subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, do some sort of engagement for 2 reasons. Number 1, so YouTube knows that you like videos like this, so you'll see more of mine and more from other great artists. And number 2, so that YouTube knows that other people will like videos like this, because it would really help me and I would really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one, in which we will most likely be continuing this painting. I do want to get it done. This is piece 2 out of my 3-piece collection, so I still have quite a bit of painting to get through. So the faster I can get through this one, the better. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click on this one, because YouTube has determined that you will love it too. I'll see you guys next time.